Hey guys, welcome to the Whimsical Workshop. We have a unboxing from the Common Threads. This is a brand new type of subscription box from the store. So let's get started. Yay! Alright, well, welcome to 2023. We have two boxes in the studio to unbox. I am going to do them as two separate videos. They are both from the Common Thread. One is their brand new quarterly subscription box for cross stitch, and then they have their monthly subscription box for quilting. And I figured if I'm in for one, let's be in for two. So what I'm going to do in this video is we're going to talk about the cross stitch one first, and then the second video will drop as our normal unboxing for the month of January. A little bit about the Common Thread. My sister lives in Georgia, and the Common Thread is a quilt shop in Georgia. And her, of course, she is crafty like me. Her and her friends know of the store, and one of her friends is very good friends with the owner. And they were just going to start a cross-stitch subscription box. This is the first one that I've heard of coming from a quilt store. So I thought that was really, really interesting that they're diversifying and they're showing their customers other ways to create, which you know has kind of been my bugaboo the last year. So what they did is they very generously sent me this very first box to share with you. And if you like it, I would definitely hop on over and subscribe for it. They are quarterly because if you've done any cross stitch, it's slow. It's not like quilting. So the fact that they give you a box for the whole quarter is really quite nice. It gives you some leisurely time to peruse it, because if you've done any subscription boxes like I've done, they do start to feel like bang bang bang, they're coming kind of fast. So this is kind of a nice one that it's just once a quarter. I do another subscription like that a year or two ago. I subscribed to all these art subscription boxes, you know, on Artful and the Sketcher box. I can't think of any of them right now. But anyway, I subscribed to like 4 or 5 of them, and they were once a month. And it was, you know, for art boxes, that was a lot. And I got rid of all of those except for the one that was quarterly, because I'm like, I can handle quarterly. It's nice to get a surprise every few months versus that every month. So for cross stitch, I think that's perfect. All right, so a little info about the quarterly cross stitch box. It is $49.99 plus shipping per quarter. So you're getting 3 months of stuff for $50. And if you've done any cross stitching, you know, I mean, just like anything else in the world, it does add up. It's expensive to get the pattern and the cloth and the flosses and everything. So I'm really curious to see what she's got in here. So without further ado, let's check out the box. All right. So it comes in just a plain white box, which I completely can understand, especially since they're just starting these. But they do have the cutest little sticker on the flap that tells you who it's coming from, which is really nice. And again, we're not going to open the quilty box right now. It is nice that, you know, they're consistent, and you can tell this is the quilting one because it's thicker, and this is the cross stitch one because it's thinner. I did have to crack it open so I knew which one I was doing the video on, but I have not looked at what's inside. So let's see what we've got. All right, so thank you for buying our first ever cross stitch quarterly subscription box. Again, they sent this to me so I could share with you the exciting news that they are now doing quarterly cross-stitch boxes, so I did not buy this one. It tells you what is in the box, which we're going to go through. And it's, you know, again, they're a smaller quilt shop. I love that they at least give me a list of what's in the box. A lot of times the smaller quilt shops put everything in the box, but they don't tell you what you're getting. So we'll go over that in a second. All right, oh, it's very prettily done. What do we got here? Ooh, we got a DMC needle threader. So this is for regular thread, this is for flosses, and this is for yarns. I have all 3 of these in 3 different devices, but it's kind of nice to have them all together. It's a 3-in-1. And it's from DMC, which is really quite nice. So, and they left the price tag on that one's $239. So we'll put that there. Oh, John James cross stitch needles, because, you know, I don't know about you, but I always lose them. These are gold plated John James needles. I really like their needles. I use their Milner needles, I use their tapestry needles, and then these are specifically cross stitch needles. So we got a pack of those, and we'll go over the pricing. Oh my gosh, the thing is chocked full. All right, what else we got? We got a Common Thread magnet. Which is good because I really like the logo. I think it's really cute. Ooh, a needle minder. This is Winter Stitches. So if you don't know what a needle minder is, it's a little magnetic piece that goes on your canvas. So when you're done with your needle, you can pop it on there, or when you're threading, in between threading, you put it on your needle minder instead of pushing it through your Aida cloth or linen, because doing that constantly, just shoving the needle in, can damage the fabric. So they came up with needle minders between the last time I cross stitched and now, and I use these on all kinds of embroidery projects and my needlepoint, and I'm collecting quite a few of these, but it's nice to have more than one, because then you can leave it with the project and you can have more than one project going. But let's open this up and get it out of the package so you can see just how adorable is that. It's a laser cut wood project. It says Winter Stitching, a little snowman. Very, very folksy. All right. Ooh, we have a whole pack of Lori Holt floss drops. And floss drops hold your floss, instead of wrapping them on a bobbin, which was really the way to go, you know, 15, 20 years ago. It's now frowned upon. Oh, these are plastic too. Nice. So plastic, and you have a package of, how many are in here? It should tell us. 20 floss drops. That's a lot of floss drops. And then what you can do is you can put your floss on them. Let me pull a project. This is a project I'm currently working on. I make my own homemade floss drops, which look like this. And so this is the same idea. And so my floss is all cut to length. It's on here, and then you can just pull one out at a time to use. And then what I do, a lot of people like just hang these, but then this thread can kind of get dirty and ratty and tangled. I wrap the whole thing up and put it in one of my little floss away bags. So that is what a floss drop is, but these are so much prettier than my just little cardboard ones. So that's very handy and very useful. And don't know for sure, but you could probably use a dry erase pen on here, but I use little stickers. So I would just put a sticker on with my number so that I could remove the sticker and use these again. But those are really cool. All right, floss drops. You got all your tools here to get started, except for scissors, which was the next thing in the box. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. Putford scissors. Look at these little chubby things. Oh, let's see, focus. Look at those. How funny are those? I have started just collecting these little scissors, and I keep them in a box, and when I start a project, I throw this and a threader in the project, so I have a lot of little scissors. These are really cute. Okay, so if you have a primitive finish, which I don't think these are, it just says recommend to wipe them with a warm, damp cloth prior to use to make the unique matte finish. So these are just little guys. The only thing, I'll have to try them over and over. They need a little bit of loosening. They're a little bit tight, but yeah, we don't want to cut that. Let me grab a piece of, all right, we're just gonna cut a piece of floss, see how they cut. Oh, yep, let's see here. Yep, they work perfect. They work like scissors, which is nice, but that means they're nice and sharp. A lot of times if you have a dull pair of scissors, they'll bounce off if they're not a very good pair of scissors. So those are nice scissors, and they're so stinking cute, and they're tiny, which all pluses, all very nice. So we're gonna put that back in there, and we'll put that out. Look, I mean, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 notions of magnet. We haven't even gotten to the projects. All right, first one is Primrose Cottage Stitches, and yes, the glare is oh so fun. Let's see here. Oh, you got all your flosses. All right. Oh, so you get the little chart. That is actually quite cute. This one was stitched on 14 count. So they didn't, no, I'll speak ahead. Okay, so they didn't give you the canvas. They didn't give you the fabric to stitch on, which is I completely get, because these patterns you can do 14, 16, 18 count. Everybody has a personal preference. So with all these other things, I really don't mind getting the fabric of my choice to stitch on so I can pick the size. Otherwise, they would have to pick and choose which size you're getting. So this is the winter house, and then it came with 7 skeins of floss, which is cool. So we'll put that. I'm going to run out of space here. Let's see. I know I'm trying to do better this year and actually stay within the frame and not always be at the bottom. So I've got this cheater piece of paper to tell me where to go. All right, so there's that one. Then we've got, oh, this is sweet. This one is called Lovebirds. So they give you 3 projects, 1 for each month of the quarter. How cute is it? I'm a sucker for anything Valentine's. So again, there's the little chart and the threads that tells you. They stitched this one on 14 count white Aida. But see, like if I wanted to make it look finer, I could do it on 28 count linen because I'm the one purchasing my fabric, and it'd still be the same size. And how does that work? Because 14 and 14 are 28, and when you use linen, which is 28 count, you go over 2 stitches. So it ends up finishing the same size. It just looks more delicate. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 5 flosses with this one. And that one's Lovebirds. All right, and then our last one is for March. So this is January. Oh, I see what they're doing. Let's put these in order. So January is the little house with the little quilt and the, which is, you know, again, this is coming from a quilt shop. It has a little quilt on it. How cute. So we've got that for March or January, and we've got this one for February. Oh, this is cute. This is for March, and this is called Luck of the Irish. May the luck of the Irish be with you. And there's all the cute little things. Now this one here was stitched on 28 count linen. So you can see what I was talking about. So if you can see in the picture, you can see the little squares on the Valentine's one, where this one you can't see the squares, you just see the stitches. And that's linen. So that's a whole video in itself. But so then you get Luck of the Irish, and this one came with 3 skeins. And that, I shouldn't be looking for more. That is everything in the box. Again, it's $49.99 for a quarter. And it doesn't, I don't believe includes shipping. I think you need to pay shipping separately. I will put the link below for this, but if you are like me and kind of jumping back into cross stitch or just learning cross stitch, and this is like another habit on top of your quilting, this is a really great little value because you've got one for January, one for February, one for March. I can tell you they're probably a weekend project to sit and stitch them. Cross stitch is very deceiving because it looks really simple, but then it takes a long time to actually hand sew it. But I am definitely going to be doing the Lovebird. I might do all 3. They're just so cute. But then we got our scissors and our needle minder and our threader and our needles and our floss drop. You basically have everything you need to start. You don't have to go buy anything except the fabric. And again, I'm totally okay with that because there are so many choices and options that they're letting me make those choices if I want to stitch these. And, you know, if you do cross stitch, I have a whole bin of canvas, so it's not really hard for me to go grab a piece of canvas. I shouldn't say canvas, Aida cloth. All right, so there we go. That is the Common Thread brand new subscription for cross stitch. And again, I'm very impressed with this. I have to say, I spoke with the owner. She was super nice. The people who live in Georgia have told me the store is great. I think their website is really nice and easy to follow. So I will put the link to do this box below, as well as the link for the shop. Please leave me a comment below. Let me know what you think. If you've enjoyed this unboxing, if you're tipping your toe into the cross stitch world, or if you're an expert, I'd love to hear from you guys. I read all the comments you send and they really make my day. So with all of that, make sure you like and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.